Good day, dear colleagues. I am glad an opportunity to present our research to you. The topic of my speech is the current state of the Southern Bug River mouth ecosystem. The Southern Bug is one of the largest rivers of Ukraine, which constantly experiences significant anthropogenic pressure due to the high regulation of the river, large-scale plowing of coastal areas, dense settlement lot. The current state of the southern Buchmaus ecosystem is formed under the influence of the multipurpose usage of the river. One of the most powerful factors affecting the estuary part of the river is shipping and the associated periodic dredging of shipping channels. The Bud-Dnipro estuary channel serves as the entrance for the ships to Mykolaiv port and a number of ports in the estuary. But since the beginning of Russia's full-scale military aggression, the water area in the estuary of the Southern Bug catastrophically affected by bombing and shelling. So, the aim of our research was to characterize the pre-war state of the Southern Bug River mouth ecosystem using a wide range of indicators, including lithological, hydrochemical, and hydrobiological ones. The presented materials are based on the research data of the Southern Bug lower part in the spring and summer of 2021, analysis of research data of 2012, and comparison with literature data. The sampling points were located along profiles that cross the investigated object. We researched samples from two profiles. First, near the Port Olvia, second, across the Southern Bug, between villages Parutine, Limane. The modern sediments of the Southern Bug River mouth represent mainly silt. Extracted sediment, which is picked up due to permanent dredging work in the Southern Bug River mouth, is transported to local soil dumps, where it forms continuous silt deposits. The results of the sediment granulometric composition testify to the transformation of lagoonal sediment accumulation. The data you can see on the diagram. Areas along the shipping channels have sediments represented mainly by speleity. Finally, dispersed materials is constantly stored by ships and dispersed over a long distance. In addition, shipping channel section contain a large amount of industrial waste. Chemical analysis of sediment samples made it possible to obtain the following data on chemical elements pollutants. Research results show that with the exception of one sample, the content of elements pollutants in all profile samples didn't exceed the maximum allowable concentration. An important factor influencing the process of forming chemogenic and biogenic complex of sediments is the saturation of the water object with oxygen. One of the indicators of aerobic-anaerobic shift in balance toward reduction can be displacement of the ratio of iron oxides in the sediments, namely the predominance of iron oxide 2 over iron oxide 3. A turbidity in natural water is an important ecological factor. Significant turbidity in certain areas is caused by anthropogenic factors, dredging, shipping, and dumping. The concentration of suspended particles in the Port Olvia profile water ranged from 7 and 6 to 12 and 6 mg for decimeter cubes. Under the conditions of the maximum allowable concentration of 0.75 milligrams for cube decimeters. The concentration of total phosphorus, according to our research in the water area of the Port profile, varied in the range of 1 and 4 to 3 and 2 milligram per cube decimeters. You can also see the concentration of ammonium, nitrogen, and nitrates and nitrates. The area of the southern mouth is a transition zone, the continuum between fresh waters and coastal marine waters. So, in the water area of the southern Bukh, lower reaches below the city of Mykolaiv, a transitional community is formed consisting of freshwater and marine species that are on the edge of their ecological ranges. The phytoplankton community composition of the southern Bukh estuary system fluctuates from 50 to 60 species in the context of average long-term indicators, which are represented mainly by cyanobacteria, diatoms, and green algae. Cyanobacteria play the dominant role in the formation of summer phytoplankton biomass. Studies of high aquatic plant in the mouth area of the southern Bukh River showed a depleted species composition of floristic communities, which form two plant complexes: coastal, halophytes, and aquatic, free-floating. And so, conclusions. The present and comprehensive research can be considered as the current pre-war state of the southern Bukhmouth ecosystem. The results of the conducted research are assessment of the sediments features of the researched river section, assessed water conditions and characteristic of the group of hydrobionts, appearance of reducing condition spots in sediments, increased turbidity, change of hydrochemical conditions, reduction of some fodder species. This is a short list of current anthropogenic transformation of southern Bukhmouth ecosystem. The first and urgent measures to revitalize the mouth of the southern Bukh should be actions to eliminate and mitigate the consequences of hostilities. Further, revitalization measures should be aimed at preserving biodiversity, which is possible under the conditions of maintaining the normal state of water and sediments in the southern Bukh, especially in the transitional estuarine zone. Thank you for your attention.